Chapter 1: New Media and the Good News. I have become all things to all people, that by all possible means I might save some. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 9:22. I look on all the world as my parish. John Wesley. Over the 6 decades of his unprecedented career as an evangelist, Hollywood handsome Billy Graham, who lived from 1918 to 2018, stood up, Bible in hand, and preached crusade after crusade to a staggering 215 million souls. Endowed with the charisma of a movie star and possessing the spiritual vision of an apostle, Billy Graham made it his life's ambition to employ every means possible to reach as many people as possible for the sake of the gospel. Operating within the conventions of the 20th century, Graham's priority to reach the world with the good news of Jesus Christ meant that he maintained a travel schedule that is simply unimaginable today. Graham missed the birth of his first daughter because he was away on a preaching tour, and even when he was home with his family, he could be elsewhere mentally. Initial planning for the 1954 London Crusade so engrossed him that he entertained visitors in the hospital room where his wife was about to give birth to their 4th child. When Graham continued to conduct meetings in the hospital room after Ruth's labor pains started in earnest, a nurse transferred her to another room. Graham recounts in his autobiography that the nurse returned a few hours later to announce that Ruth had given birth to a son, and Graham confesses that he had been completely unaware. In addition to a superabundance of personal passion, a confluence of factors that Graham could not have orchestrated also fueled the phenomenal success of his preaching. In 1949, at the Los Angeles Crusade, publishing magnate William Randolph Hearst famously directed his staff to puff Graham, that is, to feature positive stories of the crusade throughout his media empire, which was then the nation's largest. The spiritual hunger that permeated Western societies and, in fact, the entire globe in the wake of World War II opened doors not only into hearts, but also into nations. Billy Graham is celebrated for having spoken in person to more people in his lifetime than any other figure in human history. There will never be another Billy Graham. When Billy Graham was asked in 1974 at the Lausanne Congress who the next Billy Graham would be, he responded, "They will," pointing to the crowd of evangelists who had assembled for the Congress. Graham followed in a train of American evangelists who translated the revivalist tradition, which had provided the framework for Billy's own conversion experience in 1934, when itinerant evangelist Mordecai Ham led a series of tent meetings not far from the Graham family dairy farm in Charlotte, North Carolina, into a worldwide movement. Newsweek declared 1976 the year of the evangelical. And in this same year, Jimmy Carter, who was vocal about his born-again faith, campaigned for and won the presidency. Billy Graham met with each of the U.S. presidents since World War II, sharing vital spiritual conversations with all of them and fostering warm personal friendships with several of them. Graham was less a preacher than a Protestant saint, historian Grant Wacker comments, noting that Billy Graham was listed on Gallup's 10 Most Admired Men 61 times between 1955 and 2017. When one counts listeners and viewers who witnessed Graham's preaching via radio, television, and internet broadcast, the number touched by Graham's ministry surges.